celebrating 16 years of Young Turks.
Well, we're all fans of Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, but they all exist in the world of fiction. Today amongst us, we have a real-life superhero. His invention came at a great personal cost. He nearly lost his family, his money, and his place in society. But he kept his sense of humor. A man who dared to wear a sanitary pad himself, and today his invention has changed the lives of millions of women in India. Take a look at the Padman's journey.
He was named one of the 100 most influential people in the world by Time magazine for inventing low-cost sanitary napkins for rural India. CNBC TV18 welcomes Arunachalam Muruganantham to the Young Turks Conclave.
90% of women in India, they are not using sanitary pads. Many parts of India, they are not even using a rag cloth. You know what they are using? Sawdust, dry tree leaves, newspaper. I am a school dropout, studied only 9th standard. The English I am speaking is from 2009 December. So what I want to say, anything you want to dream big or something, first you need a clarity in mind. So more than a knowledge, you need a clarity. Luckily, I am uneducated, I never studied. My mind is always clear. The moment you do 2 PhD, you are the most confused one in the world, I know. That's what I told. So I born as a handloom son in Coimbatore. Then my father died in a road accident. Then my mother became a caretaker of the family. To support my mother, I stopped my schooling one day. Then I became a welder in a small welding workshop. Then even after knowing many men, they are suffering. It is very difficult to manage, very expensive. Knowing everything, I also did the same mistake. What other doing? One day I got married. Then, to impress my new wife, I used to give 5 rupees plastic pendant or 10 rupees glass bangle. Then I saw one day my wife is carrying something behind her. Then I thought she is playing with me. I ran away behind her. I saw a nasty rag cloth with a blood stain. I understood she is adopting an unhygiene method. On a particular day, I had only one idea. Why not offer a sanitary pad packet as a gift to my new wife? Then I went to the medical shop. I bought the sanitary pad packet. That shopkeeper, what he did, you know, he placed an old newspaper, he wrapped it, he looks left and right. He handed out me like a smuggling product. I want to know what is inside. I took the packet to my home. I opened the packet. Very first time I am taking out a sanitary pad from the packet, an 8-inch length white substance like a bandage. I will ask the gentleman in the hall, how many of the men in this hall you ever touched a sanitary pad in your life? See, only few. No matter I am asking the question in London or Washington or New York, only few, including Gates. Being a handloom weaver son, I saw the product, maybe 10 gram weight, white substance is cotton. The raw material cost in 1998 is 10 paise, but I bought the product for 6 rupees per piece. Then I thought, why not try to make an affordable fad for my wife, Santi? Then the problem started because this is the biggest taboo in the country. Nobody ever talked of the subject. A wife never talked to husband, a daughter never talked to mother. Such a subject I took for research that makes a lot of problem. Even my wife never understood. One point of time, she sent a divorce notice to me because I used medical college girls as a volunteer. She thought I'm having a connection with many girls. One point of time, I collected used napkin from the women. I'm spreading all in the backyard of my home. I'm closing my nose with a handkerchief. I'm checking everything very close to the used napkin. My mother, on a particular Sunday, I never realized she's coming back. The moment come and saw the used napkin of other women, she cried like anything. She also left. The moment mother left, the whole village come out a story. I am becoming a vampire in the evening, drinking girls' blood. That's what they want to chase out from the village. One point of time, I'm never get any women volunteer. That's what I want to use the napkin, check myself. I wore a sanitary pad in my panties. Where can I go for uterus? I made an artificial uterus in football bladder. I filled animal blood in it. I tied on my hip. There is a tube connection. While I'm walking and cycling, made a small press. A dosage of blood will go to the napkin. The domain where I'm competing now, it is meant for Procter & Gamble and Johnson & Johnson. What is the school drop Muruganantham is doing now? I'm rubbing my shoulder with Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble. I'm able to sustain for the second decade. Then I spent on my own money, on my own small workshop. I made this simple machine. Anyone can apply the same material used by Johnson or Procter & Gamble. They can make a world-class napkin. That's why I took the first machine to Madhubani, nearby Nepal border. Even in a village, illiterate women, no one know outside. Then I made a next mission. I sent it to other village. They are the stakeholders. Then I set up the machine in the hilltop in Uttarakhand. It is 18-hour drive from Dehradun. So this place, the villages is at the mountain slopes. This is the back view of the unit. But to go to this place, Johnson & Johnson will take another 25 years. Muruga is already there. This is called rural marketing. Because rural marketing is a fancy word, any company can get in. Your revenue will go up, your profit will go down. But Muruga is making a profitable way. Then anything in your mind, you are dreaming, you make a product, you brand it, something, then the next word come into your mind is retailing. Suddenly all the Jack Ma's, Bezos of everybody making a lot of noise on this Ola, Mala, Uber, Kuber, Dabir, Tubir on retailing. My model is detailing. The moment I say dream something, people 99% you will dream about your personal life, your personal achievement, but Muruga never think anything about personal. Don't think I'm a philanthropy, I'm a businessman, I'm for profit. In spite, you can able to change the world. You can dream something social, then everything become byproduct. Don't become a foolish, don't target anything personal. It is an outdated model. Being educated, the moment you got certification from university, you stop learning. But I am aware I am uneducated. That's why I'm learning every moment till my death.
So where not only supplying sanitary pads, it is creating an awareness, then giving the sanitary pad to the school girls. Because without creating awareness, if you give anything free, they don't know what is important, how they can use.
இதில் எங்கள் குழந்தைங்களுக்கு வந்து மூட நம்பிக்கை போச்சு. அவங்க வந்து ஸ்கூலுக்கு வர்றது வந்து வழக்கமாச்சு. ஆப்சென்டிசம் வந்து ரொம்பவே குறைஞ்சி போச்சு.
And I'm so happy now we are able to produce nearly 5,000 eco-friendly napkins a month. And then we thought, why don't we extend it out to the society? Because as a responsible citizen and a true Indian, I feel something you do for the nation that gives you that perfect blessing. Because we are here to give. That is why we receive.
சானிடரி நாப்கின்ஸ் வந்து இந்த பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு கொடுத்தாங்க. பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ரொம்ப ஈஸியாக இருந்தது பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு.
I would now like to invite on stage MARIAZEENA Johnson from Sathyabama University on stage, and of course Shireen Bhan will join us for a quick fireside chat.
Muruga, Arunachalam, Padman, I don't know what to call you. And Maria,
call me Muruga, it's very simple.
Call you Muruga, all right, I'll call you Muruga. Maria, thanks very much for joining us here at the Young Turks Conclave. I want to pick up on something that you said. You said this is not personal for you. Yeah. But how can it not be personal for you? Your wife left you, your mother left you, but yet you were called a vampire. You've been ostracized by the community that you worked with. How can it not be personal then for you to continue this endeavor day after day?
The moment, the solution what I'm trying to make an affordable sanitary pad, definitely if I'm succeeded, it is not for me, even being a gender. But one point of time I understood, if I am able to give a solution, so what level it will go? So I'm able to forecast it. So it is started from Coimbatore, then it is for my city and for my state, for the country. Now it has gone global.
Maria, you're working with Muruga. You're betting big on this idea. You're hoping that he will be able to achieve that target of moving India from 5% to 100% in terms of the use of sanitary napkins. What gives you the confidence? And I'll ask you this in the context of the current debate that we have with the goods and services tax. In fact, there's an online campaign as well running that, look, why did you tax sanitary napkins at a high rate? And the government's response is that if you disaggregate what was being taxed earlier and add it all up, then it's pretty much the same.
Yes. I wanted to make this as an initiative and reach it out to the children in the government schools. In most of the schools, there are a lot of school dropout girls because they don't have proper sanitary napkins available there. When you can make the contraceptive items or this everything in the medical pharmacy free, as a woman, only I feel when a nation starts respecting their women in the country, then that is the developing nation. So I told sir, I'm going to name this initiative called Blessed to Bleed. Initially, we started with like 500 sanitary napkins and we started distributing free of cost. But now, touchwood blessed, we are now distributing 5,000 sanitary napkins to the nearby villages and to all the government schools free of cost. This government or our government should definitely make these eco-friendly sanitary napkins tax-free.
We hope the government is listening. But Muruga, you know, there were lots of pictures of you there with Paul Polman, the global chief of Unilever. Pictures of you there with Sanjeev Mehta, the India head of Hindustan Unilever. Have you managed to convince them that, that there is merit in your model?
Actually, they are already convinced on my model. Then I saw a mail, Muruga, we lost around $500 million on a particular domain, but you succeed in a frugal way. Are you ready to share your secret of success with us, with our SVPs at London, Paul Polman? Just 3-line mail. This way, they already convinced, they want to follow the model. Only the problem with the corporates, corporate are formed to make only profit, not to do any social service. So where it is become a problem, they are afraid to touch the model. Then I'm convincing it is not the philanthropy or this model. This is a very highly profitable model.
Maria, how many schools, villages, communities do you intend to touch? What is the target that you've now set out for yourself, with the Blessed to Bleed campaign?
No, more than touching them in numbers, I would definitely make a campaign more successful that every woman in this country uses a sanitary napkin. And with Sir's guidance, we have connected it with our own hospitals where these girls, during their problem, they get treated freely.
Now these centers, what we are running, it will give you a complete knowledge about menstruation, pregnancy, the cleanliness, everything. That's what is happening.
Maria and Muruga, may we have many more people like you in India. I hope the government is listening. I hope the men in this audience and the men who are watching this program online are listening. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for inspiring us today. Thank you very, very much. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Kindly accept our token of appreciation from our Young Turks and gift partners, thelabellife.com, Napa Dori, Vajor and T-Box.
You came here at Young Turks and you saw this beautiful car over here. What was your first impression about this beautiful red machine over here?
So, my first reaction was that of a wow. It truly is a gorgeous machine. And I think it's an iconic brand. If you just think what the Mustang stands for, it stands for masculinity, it stands for, amazing power.
You were telling me that you've driven the Ford Mustang. How was the experience?
I've driven the Ford Mustang, but that was back in 2013.
How does it feel now, sitting inside the 2017 Ford Mustang GT?
It feels like the interiors are pretty nice, pretty high quality. I mean, some cars, they only have technology and have a nice design, but they don't pay attention to the details.
I thought I heard you say I'm the lucky winner of the car today, so I was very
No, I never said that. I never said that, but yeah.
No, but honestly, it did catch my eye. I was walking down, very strategically placed. It's a beauty. And, my generation, we've kind of grown up reading about Ford Mustangs.
Did you ever have a poster of the Ford Mustang with you?
I actually had more than that. I actually had a miniature dinky car from Matchbox, the Ford Mustang.
Celebrating 16 years of Young Turks.